Yo, what's up guys, it's Lun-Gi. So today we'll be taking a look at the new archetype Raizeol. So it's coming out in the next deck build pack in the OCG. I think it comes out around August. So it's a rank 4 strategy, very consistent, revolving around pyros and thunder type monsters. So it's got a bunch of 1-card combos, so it's super consistent. So we're going to be taking a look at a couple of those combos. So your main starter is EX Raizeol. So you switch summon him from your hand by sending a you send one XYZ monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, pretty much any XYZ, and then it locks you into rank 4 XYZs. And then what you do is you search for Sword Raizeol. So he can switch summon himself from the hand if you control a Raizeol monster. Then on summon, he'll search for a light pyro type monster. So any light pyro type monster. So you'll search for Ice Raizeol, and then he's basically a tour guide for your monsters, and you'll fetch Node. And then you'll turn 2 of them into your Infernal Flame Banshee. So Banshee will just search for another EX. You can't special summon it again, but you can use it again for the next turn. And then you'll use your Nodes effect to revive one of your level 4s. And then you can make your Duodrive. He's basically a searcher, but on summon he attaches something from the graveyard. So you can search 2, detach 2, and then search for 2. So you'll search for your last extender, which is Palma, and your Disruption, your trap card. So you can target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Raizeol XYZ monsters you control, and then destroy them. And then you can attach one Raizeol card from your graveyard to one rank 4 XYZ monster you control as material. So very nice for attaching more materials and basically blowing up your opponent's cards. Alright, so we'll just shuffle back the XYZ, and then we will summon our boss monster. Now this card is pretty crazy. So he's locked into your archetype, 2 level 4 Raizeol monsters. Yeah, so you can summon him using 5 of them. And then if he's special summoned, so even if you revive him from the graveyard, you can attach one monster from your graveyard to him as material, which is pretty nice if you want to play this deck with, say, like the performance engine, because he'll allow you to basically keep reusing your damage juggler to search for more performance monsters if you want to play that engine in this deck, or re-triggering Trick Clown if you want to play Trick Clown as well as a part of that engine. And then his other effect is a protection effect, which is really good. If an XYZ monster or monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach one material from him instead. Very nice protection. And then his best effect is his first effect. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can detach a material, then target one card on the field and destroy it. So it seems like a mediocre effect because it doesn't negate, but the thing is, it's not a once per turn at all. So as long as you have materials, you can keep on chaining to your opponent's stuff and then blow up their cards. So right now this card by itself is 3 like interruptions, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. And also he's got like protection. Obviously if you protect, you'll have like one fewer interruption, but that's fine. Like if they're a Jizukiru, you protect, and then you still have like 2 interruptions, which can actually beat like a lot of like very like mid-tier decks. So this would be the end of the combo. So you have him as your disruption, and you got your searches. So he needs 2 to detach, but he can detach from any XYZ monsters you control, which is good. You still got your Banshee, and then you got your EX Raizeol in your hand, so you do have some follow-up. Next turn you're just gonna kill your opponent, because right now this is 5-7 and it's 7-5, but next turn you definitely have enough to go for game. So that's the first combo. Second combo, also using EX Raizeol. So you just do your normal thing. You'll search for your sword, and then sword will search for ice. Normally summon ice. Ice will get node, and this time you're making Primathmech Alembertian. So he can search for any level 4 if he detaches 3 materials. So you'll search for Astraltopia. So the point of this play is actually to search for a counter trap card, because the deck is kind of weak to Dark Ruler no more. You do have your normal like trap card, but it is kind of weak to Dark Ruler no more. So you don't really have enough materials to make a number monster and your boss monster, but you still have you still have 3 interruptions here. So this could be an alternative depending on if it's game 2 or 3, or depending on whichever or whatever matchup you find yourself in. So this is another option with the deck, going for your number and your counter trap. Alright, so third combo is starting with sword. It essentially doesn't matter which card you start with. The combos are kind of similar. Yeah, that's why the deck is like so consistent. You have essentially like 12 starters, because you also have your three copies of Bonfire. So yeah, the deck is pretty consistent. Right, so again, this is essentially the same combo, except you don't have your extra search in your hand, because starting with sword is slightly worse than starting with your basically your circular. Slightly worse, but this is still a strong combo as well. So you don't have to play the deck pure. You also have the option of playing toy box in the deck, because 2 of your main monsters send a card from your hand or field for cost, which means that you can send the cards that you set off of toy box and then trigger them as like extra extenders, which is insane, just like in White Woods or White Forest, same kind of deal. Right, so yeah, we're just starting with ice instead. So when you special summon ice, you don't get his effect, but it's okay, because we're just gonna search for him anyways, and then we can use his effect later on. Right, we go for Alan. So here we're trying to search for your Astraltopia. Astraltopia, summon itself, send the tank, summon back the tank, make another rank 4, make your Duodrive, attach a material, and then detach 2 to search. You normal summon your ice, and then you get your node. Node will revive something by sending, and then we make our boss monster, then we attach an extra material, we shuffle back, and then we make giant hand, and then that is the end of the combo. So there's a bunch of stuff that you can do. The Octave does lock you into rank 4s, but you do have a number of options still. So with this combo, you still got your searcher on the field, you've got node. I decided to keep node on the field because you can use him every turn basically. He's kind of like Wolfbark, except he has a cost. You can just keep on like reviving. Does negate the effects, but he is a 1.5 card rank 4 XYZ, so decided to keep him on the field. You still got your Alembertian, which is kind of dead, but he can still attack. You got your boss monster, and then you have a giant hand. So 1, 2, 3 of these interruptions, and then the boss has I think 3 materials, and if you use the trap card, you can attach another XYZ material to him. So essentially he has 4 materials. So 4 interrupts, 5, 6, essentially 7 interruptions, toy box, and basically any of your starters, or even if you any of your starters or any of your cards that can actually just like send something to the graveyard for cost. Crazy combo. Yeah, I highly recommend actually playing toy box engine in this deck. It's really insane. Alright, so at the moment I only have 2 deck lists for the deck, but I'm definitely gonna be doing some more testing. I'll probably release another video or 2, or maybe even more, like this weekend and this coming week with this deck, because I really like this deck, and I have a bunch of ideas in my head which I want to try out, and I'm going to share those ideas with you guys. So with this deck list, one Kaiju, because playing Small World, you're playing 3 copies of everything. There's essentially no reason not to play 3 copies of everything, because it's just so easy to special summon them from your hand. Yeah, so they're like starters / extenders, most of them, which is really nice. I think rank 4 decks have been missing something like this for a very long time. And then Sakitama, just one of the best level 4 extenders. Astraltopia for your combos, the 1 numbers protection. Triple Desires because you're playing 3 copies of everything. Triple Bonfire because your starters are PYROs. There's only 1 copy of the revival card. You kind of don't need this card, but 1 copy is fine because you can search for it. Yeah, it's basically just revive something from the graveyard. You can revive any XYZ monster from the graveyard, or banishment, which is kind of nice, but it's not really amazing. So 1 copy of it is okay, it's fine. Then for hand traps, 3, 6, 9. No imperm, playing effect Vela instead because of Small World. 9 hand traps, and then the rest of your engine, and then 2 copies of the trap card, because I think it's kind of handy to be able to search for it on 2 separate turns. So you could play 1 only if you really want to, but I really like the 2 copies at the moment. And then for the extra deck, it's kind of difficult to make Zeus and TY-PHON, because you're locked into rank 4s. So if you use any of your effects, essentially you're completely locked into rank 4s, so then you can't make Zeus. But if you have stuff on the field already, then before you use your effects, you can just attack and then make a Zeus, and then if you want to, you can start playing after that. So that's also possible. So just keeping Zeus in here so long. And then 2 copies of each of the XYZs. You can recycle them with your where is it now? With your Palma. Palma can recycle any of your monsters, which is nice. And then 1 Gallant. Gallant can search for Nibiru if you want. That's another alternative combo. Tornado Dragon, Bagooska, Giant Hand. It's I guess the best number monster to kind of summon alongside this card to make it live, next to like Bagooska. And then Alembertian for your combos. Laplacian for things that can't be targeted, and also to snipe like multiple cards. I think that would be very nice for this deck. Exciton Knights, rank 4 deck, and then Abyss Dweller, and then the last one is Infernal Flame Banshee. So this is the pure version, kind of pure version so far. I really like this list, but we'll see what changes we'll make in the future. And then the other list is the toy box list. So no desires in the toy box list, and no small world, because you're playing the toy engine as your other consistency engine, and you don't really want to be like banishing all of your toy box targets. So yeah, this is the toy box version. Slim down the Sakitama to just one copy, just to try and make it 40 cards. But otherwise, playing 3 soldier, 1 copy of toy tank. It might be better to maybe play like 2 of these and then maybe another Sakitama instead, because Sakitama would be a better like extender, because you usually just search this card as like your last extender when you make your Duodrive. So something like this might actually just be better than playing 1 Sakitama and 3 of these, because you don't have desires anymore, so you don't have to worry about banishing all your copies. Yeah, so the extra deck, nothing is actually different. It's essentially the same, with your Zeus and your TY-PHON and then the rest of the cards. So yeah, this is the first version of the deck. I will be testing it more. I want to test out like a Horus engine. I want to test out a version with like Ostinato. Yeah, I'm really excited about this deck. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.